Hello friends, and welcome to your October TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. I haven't done TarotScopes in a while, not the month ahead ones anyway. I have been sort of trying to figure out, I'm not a marketing guru, and I've been trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work and what everybody's looking for. So I tried a couple of things over September. I actually think I started the month before that. I started playing around with a couple of ideas and trying out different things and seeing what worked for you and seeing what gelled. And it seems like the monthly TarotScopes were really missed. So I decided to bring them back. I tried doing weekly TarotScopes, but a typed up version, a video version. I tried all sorts of things. I've been doing all sorts of experiments behind the scenes. And yeah, it looks like we're going to stick with the norm. So we're going back to our monthly TarotScopes. And I do hope that you are glad to see them, as I am glad to be recording them again. And I do hope that you enjoy, and I do hope that it gives you the guidance, the insight, the motivation and the enthusiasm that you need for the month ahead. So we're looking at the month of October. It is just crazy that we're looking at the month of October. It is like, I don't know where this year has gone. I sort of blinked for a minute and poof, it's gone. Absolutely crazy. I am going into what I call my busy season of the year. October, November, December, January are always the busiest times. And I do try and take a little bit of time off over December as well. And again, just having those thoughts is it's mind-blowing. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. But anyway, we are here to look at the month of October. So what I'm going to be doing, I have written out, I'm going to keep the readings a little bit shorter than usual, just so that it makes it easier for me to get through them all, because otherwise I have to clear like 3 days of my diary, and there's too many people who need their one-on-ones with me to be able to do that. So I'm keeping the readings a little bit shorter. I'm also hoping that it's going to be more relevant. I'm hoping it's going to be more appropriate, relevant, and sort of to the point, because let's be honest, not only am I busy, but you're busy too, and you don't necessarily have, you know, an hour to sit back and watch a video, as much as that would be amazing, but we have to be real. So I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. I'm going to be using 3 decks to do the TarotScopes for the month of October. The tarot deck that I've chosen to use is one of my absolute favorites. This is the Field Tarot. What I love about this deck is the artwork. I find the artwork is beautiful, but I also find that this deck speaks quite a hard truth. You know, it does have all the good feelings and stuff, but it's actually quite to the point. And because I'm looking to do to the point kind of readings, the Field Tarot works well. And anytime I'm doing client readings, I find I'm reaching for this deck more and more often, because it caters to everybody. It caters to everybody's likes and dislikes, and it just, to me, it seems to be pretty amazing. So I'm going to be working with the Field Tarot. The Oracle deck that I'm going to be working with is the Goddess Dream Oracle. Beautiful deck. And I do think it gives me what I need in an oracle deck. I don't need an oracle deck to give me too much information. I need a pretty picture, I need a key phrase and a keyword, and that's all I need. And this particular deck gives us exactly that. So Goddess Dream I'll be working with. And then I am very excited to use this month. I have not used this on my channel before. This deck was created by a beautiful soul, a friend of mine, a local, somebody from the KZN coast of South Africa, and she created this deck called Choosing Positivity. I do have a walkthrough of it on my channel, so if you want more information on it, do go and check that out. But I thought it would be actually quite nice to draw a card from this deck for each sign of the zodiac, to just see, you know, I am such a positivity advocate. I love joy, I love positivity, all of those kind of things. So I thought, let's try it out and see how it works. So I'm not going to babble on for much longer. Friends, you know what you need to do. If you enjoy the video, if you find it useful, helpful, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Gosh, as some people say, smash that subscribe button. Please don't do that. I don't want you breaking any equipment. No phones, no tablets, no computers broken in the process, please. But yes, do please subscribe, hit that notifications bell, so that every time I do release content, you are first to get notified. And the other thing that I'm going to be doing this month is for those members of my motivated and activated tiers on the YouTube channel, they're going to get an extra reading as well. So there's going to be an individual reading for each sign of the zodiac plus a bonus reading for my motivated and activated channel members. So friends, I look forward to seeing you at your zodiac. Hello and welcome, Leo. Let's get into your October TarotScopes. I have already shuffled and laid out all the cards just to speed it up, just so that we can get straight to the important bits and that you don't have to be tortured by watching me shuffle cards badly. So I've got all the cards laid out, and let's get into it and see what October has in store for you. So Leo, we're starting with this card over here, which is the Choosing Positivity card. And this card's going to set our foundation or our theme for the month ahead. So October 2022 for all Leo energy is all about saying no to situations you are unsure about. I like that. Saying no to situations you are unsure about. And it says you are allowed to say no. If you feel like you're being pressurized into saying yes, then when you really don't want to, be true to yourself and practice courage and choose to say no. You know what? It's such a hard concept. It's an easy concept, but it's such a hard thing to do, to say no, especially to the people who matter to us, friends, family, colleagues, work, bosses, whoever it is. It actually becomes quite a difficult one, because you want to say no, and you should say no, but you feel like you're being such a horrible person by saying no. But you're going to find that during the month of October, you're definitely going to be having to explore this whole concept of saying no to situations you are unsure about, to situations that you don't want to be involved in, that you don't want to be connected in. Very interesting, Leo. All right, we're going to get into the tarot, and it'll be interesting to see how the tarot relates to saying no. We're going to start off with this card over here, which is giving you the lesson that September 2022 had for you. So what was the big lesson of the previous month for all Leo energy? And we have got the King of Wands with the key phrase of leadership. So King of Wands, Leo, is very much who you are, okay? Leos are very strong and very capable and very much the leaders. You like to be in charge. You like to be the one, organizing everything and making sure everybody has what they need and everybody's doing what they need to do. You like to lead by example as well. So it looks like September was all about you initiating, leading, and driving things for yourself, for your own benefit and for the benefit of others around you, which is really, really good. So before we carry on, I want to say to you to actually take a minute, take a moment, and right now just think about September. What big events happened for you in September that you can relate to you stepping up to the plate and being the leader, being in control, being in charge, and navigating and driving the situations that you need to? Just think about it. Just acknowledge them, even if it is only to yourself. Acknowledge the things that happened in your life where you had to step up and be the leader. And then ask yourself, how many of those should you maybe have said no to? How many of those you did out of obligation and not necessarily out of true desire? So knowing that the month of October, you're going to be able to be confident enough to say no when necessary. So that was September. That was the lesson of September. I'm going to ignore that card and leave it right to the end, and I'm going to come down to the three cards across the bottom here. So Leo, these three cards are going to give us specific information around the month of October for you. We're going to look at what you should avoid, what you should embrace, and what it is that you should be pursuing during the month. Very important. And to me, they always paint such an interesting picture, and obviously then to try and connect it back to our theme as well. So Leo, let's have a look. What should you be avoiding during October 2022? And you should be avoiding the Nine of Discs, which has a key phrase of culmination. The Nine of Discs is about achievement, attainment, accomplishment, gathering, the culmination of, okay? But to me, it's also about the completion. Culmination is reaching the end of, reaching that point where everything is just fabulous and everything is just wonderful, because you know what that does? And it's quite interesting. The reason why Spirit is saying to avoid that in the month is because there's still so much more for you to do. There's so much more for you to achieve. There's so much more for you to learn, to gain, to experience. So we don't want to limit ourselves. We don't want to restrict ourselves. So we're going to say no to culmination. We're going to say no to getting to a point where we say, I'm done. Okay, I have it all. You know, it doesn't matter how much you do have or how much you don't have. We don't want to put any ceiling or any limits on what it is that we're working towards and what it is that we want and what it is that we deserve in the month. So very interesting. Spirit saying, avoid feeling, thinking, or imagining that you have enough, because you don't. You absolutely don't. There is so much more out there for you. And why not have more if you can? So say no to enough. Interesting. What should you be embracing? Let's have a look. All right, Leo, let's see what you should be embracing for the month. And we've got the Devil card. Oh, this is so fascinating. This is so interesting. So the Devil card is about temptations. It's about doing things that would ordinarily be considered wrong, okay? The Devil card is about doing things in excess. The devil is the temptation, and it is the desire for material things. The Devil card is the card that we associate with doing things that would be considered incorrect or wrong, naughty. Being naughty is the Devil card, okay? So if you are taking an excess of alcohol, that would be devil influence, all right? That's the message here. But it's also about recognizing that you need to say no. But this has come through in what you need to embrace. So our theme for the month, Leo, is saying no to situations, all right? Learning how to say no. We need to make sure that we don't ever accept what we have as all there is. Culmination is what we're avoiding. We don't ever want to get to a situation where we have enough, where we've reached maximum capacity. And we need to embrace the fact that we're allowed more. We're allowed to dip our toe in and have a little bit more. You know, I'm going to say to you, just as an example, to put it into almost human examples. All right. So if you are at a buffet, so you've gone to this fancy restaurant and they have this beautiful spread of food, and it is like everything that you can imagine is laid out there. Common sense says to you, fill up your plate with 3 or 4 things, sit down and do that 2 or 3 times. That is common sense. We're going to say no to that. We're going to say no to having enough. And we're going to say yes to taking things a little bit further, pushing the envelope a little bit further, to accepting a little bit more, taking a little bit more. Okay? So this is saying to you, at that same buffet, Spirit is saying to you to embrace piling your plate. Embrace piling your plate. Embrace a second or a third helping. Embrace, and it's not about being a pig, okay? It's not about being excessive. What it is, it's about saying, but I'm still hungry. I am hungry. I want more, okay? I say no to 2 plates is enough. I say no to enough. And I am going to embrace the fact that I'm allowed to have more. I'm going to embrace the fact that I'm going to put more on my plate. All right. Now, I know it's a difficult kind of concept, but Leo, in all honesty, the Devil card is telling you that there is nothing that you can't do. There is nothing that you can't achieve. There is nothing that you can't have. But just because of that doesn't mean that you have to take it all on. You can be selective and you can choose what you choose to what you engage in. But this card is saying to you, stretch your envelope a little bit, stretch your envelope a little bit, and allow yourself the opportunity to explore a little bit more than you would normally settle for. No settling for mediocre, no settling for average, no settling for what is typically the right thing to do. This is telling you that you can push a little bit further, have a little bit more, do a little bit more, appreciate a little bit more, and live your life a little bit more. I like it. Okay, so Leo, our next card that we have is what you should be pursuing, what you should pursue in the month of October. And you should pursue, you see, your strength, your tenacity, your courage, your conviction, your stamina. I mean, I can carry on with all of those kind of words. This is something that you need to pursue, because you need to realize that you are stronger than you realize, that you are bigger than you realize, that your leadership skills that you honed and figured out in the month of September are really what's here. So it is about climbing out of your comfort zone, okay? Because it's the strength to climb out of your comfort zone. It's the strength to reveal yourself to all and sundry, but it's the strength to sort of recognize your boundaries, your limits, and to not allow anybody else to dictate that to you. Very powerful stuff. Very powerful stuff, Leo. All right. I have one more card, one more tarot. And Leo, this is just an additional message from Spirit. Just anything else that Spirit want to share with you, anything else that Spirit feel you need to know for the month of October. And the card that we've got there is Temperance. Now, if we have a look, so there she's sitting on the sand. We've got the ocean in front of her. Everything is very calm, very still, very perfect, very beautiful. She's sitting and she is trying to find her balance. So she's got a cup in each hand. We don't know what's in that cup. We don't know if it's water, if it's sand, but she's sort of trying to find her balance. She recognizes that sand and water are completely two different things, but yet they coexist so well. So it's about finding that line of coexistence between the water and the sand. And the Temperance card is the Strength card, is the Devil card, and suddenly I'm noticing that we actually had 3 major arcana cards out of your 5. So Leo, it's quite a big month for you. But I do think this is the month where you are going to learn to say no, but you're going to learn to say no because you have found your balance. Your focus is on about what is right for you. How much is enough for you? Don't let anybody else tell you how much is enough. Okay? Your enough is more than anybody else's, and that's okay. That's okay. All right. We have one more card over here, Leo, and this is an oracle card from the Goddess Dream Oracle. Let's have a look and see what its message for you is. Letting go. And it tells you emotional release. Now, there she is. She's holding the whole world. There are people, I don't know if it's going to come through, there are people all around the world, and she is embracing and loving all of that. But it is about the letting go. It is about the emotional release. We know that the earth is made up of more than 70% water. Everything that you see around here is water, okay? So it is about that emotional release. Now, the fact is that we've ended up here where we are trying to find the balance between earth and water, sand and water. And this is the release. It's about saying no to things that are no longer relevant and no longer valid in your life. Realizing that you can have more of a thing if it's what it pleases you, if it's what appeals to you, and if it's what you want. You do not have to accept enough, okay? But in order to do all of this, maybe you do need to let go of your predetermined belief systems, or let go of what is no longer relevant and what is no longer valid. But you're going to have to be strong to do that. You're going to have to be strong enough to stand up to all these people, all these situations, and all these circumstances and say, no, it doesn't work for me anymore. And that, I think, is such a powerful message for the month of October. So take it on, think about it, let it sit with you for a couple of days, Leo. And as you walk through the month of October, just do it with courage, with strength, with conviction, and don't let anybody put you in a corner. All right. As always, thank you for being here with me. With love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care, Leo.